What's good, everybody? Welcome to this very special video titled How to Start a Podcast. Me, Rory Spooner. This is Victory and Vice's podcast. This is a video that I've wanted to do for a long time. I wanted to give back to the YouTube community and just the people in general. When I was looking to create my own brand and start my own platform to give my views, give or take about a year ago, YouTube was an absolute godsend for me. Without it, none of this would be possible. So what I want to do is just break down bit by bit the equipment that I use for our podcast and maybe give you a bit of insight. So what I'll do, I'll post the links in the description. Click on them, take a look, get familiar with the products themselves. If you have any queries, you can DM me on Twitter or IG or leave a comment in the comments. And we'll have a look and we'll see if we can help you further. The first product I want to start with is this. The microphone. Now, as you can see here, I've got all the products lined up. I'm not technically gifted. I'm probably one of the most least technically gifted people you'll ever meet in your life. But I had to find a way to win. I had to find a way to get this done so I could give you my views. So the products I'm just going to try and break down again one by one, just so you've got an understanding of what you need. Now, this microphone here is the MPM 1000, the Marantz MPM 1000. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Now, this microphone is an XLR microphone. So the cable, as you can see here, comes out the back of the microphone, runs all the way down and goes into this little bad boy here, which we'll talk about in a moment. This microphone I struggled to find initially. Now, when I was on YouTube, everybody talked about the Blue Snowball. Now, the Blue Snowball is a terrific microphone, but it's a microphone that is designed for single podcast use only. It's designed for people that want to podcast in a solo environment and just be by themselves. So if that's what you want, it's great. The Blue Snowball is just a USB, plug straight in, and you can, chat away. It's fine, it's great. But what I wanted was microphones that I wanted multiple people to be able to talk on the show. So right now I have two microphones. One is down there, as you can see, for you people at home, and the other one I'm talking into now. So the XLR cables are very important because if you're going to have multiple people talk on your podcast, you need multiple mics. It doesn't really work if you have one mic or you share a mic. We've done it in the past on this show with 3 people and 2 mics, and again, it's a difficult format. So I would encourage people to go out and get that microphone there if you are going to have multiple people on the show. The microphone, as I say, sits nicely in this mic stand here, which I almost knocked over, and it goes into this little bad boy here. Now, this little bad boy here, I've got it on my phone, and I want to get the title right. Again, it's going to come up on the screenshot for you anyway, but it is the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 2nd Gen USB audio interface. Oh my God, what a mouthful. But it is an absolute piece of platinum. This thing here, what you do, you plug it into the laptop, as you can see here, just goes down in, you plug the mic in, and boom, you're good to go. That's literally it. This is what allows you to have multiple microphones on your format. If you don't have this, there are other interfaces out there. I'm not familiar with them myself, but this thing is superb. I can't recommend it enough. If you're going to get it, there's multiple variations of it. You don't necessarily need to go out and buy that one. Again, it depends on what you're looking for in your budget, but I would recommend that one. The screenshots that are coming up beside me, hopefully they will provide you some sort of insight and give you a very clear picture of it. But as I say, the microphones and the XLR cables tie into this, and this ties into this. Now the laptop, as you can see beside me, is a bad boy. Now I made the mistake of getting a really cheap laptop. And getting a cheap laptop, it just doesn't work, unfortunately. When you buy a cheap laptop, you tend to get cheap results. When it came to rendering video, I really struggled. I was pulling my hair out. I couldn't believe that I recorded an hour podcast. I put it on my laptop and it wouldn't render, and I just wanted to cry. But this laptop, as you can see in the screenshot, it's got everything you need. It's incredibly powerful. It is incredibly expensive. It's worth roughly around $1,000, give or take, depending on where you get it from. But I highly recommend it. And if you get something similar to this, again, there's so many laptop variations, you can really get what you want. But I highly recommend this laptop here, purely on the basis that it is so powerful and it's designed for video editing. But again, it all depends on your budget and realistically what you need. Now, the laptop you need to have a certain type of software on there depending on what you're going to do. Are you going to do an audio podcast? Are you going to do a visual podcast? We kind of do the two. What we use for our audio software is Audacity. Now, again, I'll put a link to Audacity in the description. Audacity is very simple. All you do is you plug in your mics, you plug in your audio interface into the laptop, you download Audacity, you try and figure out how to use it. Shout out to everybody on YouTube that actually put tutorials on, because my God, you saved my life multiple times. The amount of nights I was on Audacity trying to work it all out and get it all together. But Audacity is just a brilliant bit of kit. And the best news, it's free. So you can download it in the link I'll put in the description and save it on your computer, open it up, have a play around with it. That will be the thing you will need to record your audio. Now, if you're going to record video, you'll need a good camera, which we'll come to in a moment. But I edit everything on Vegas Pro, well, Vegas Pro 16 to be exact. Now, Vegas Pro, again, is quite an expensive bit of kit. There's different variations of the Vegas Pro franchise you could use. There's different pieces of software. I generally would try and go with the newest one, the most up-to-date one, because you'll find that it offers a lot. It's a really, really good bit of kit. So, yeah, definitely think about getting probably the newer one. One of the main things I suggest, if you're going to do a visual podcast, now, a visual podcast, it requires a lot of thought, it requires a lot of creativity. More importantly, if you're going to be talking on camera, it has to be synced well. Now, when I was syncing my previous podcasts, it was an absolute nightmare. I couldn't believe how difficult it was to sync it. I was searching high and low for a product that would help me. One of the world's greatest pieces of software is a piece of software not a lot of people will know about. Now, it's a piece of software called PluralEyes. PluralEyes is a godsend. This right here wouldn't be happening now without PluralEyes. I feel like PluralEyes, it doesn't get enough good press. It doesn't get any press really unless you do video editing. But when you are going to sync everything together, all you do is you literally hit the button and it syncs it all for you. So you export your audio from Audacity and you can put it onto Sony Vegas. You export your video from the camera, you put it onto Sony Vegas. You do, your little editing, you get creative, put in what you want to put in, you hit sync, all done. And believe me, it is as simple as that. After many long nights again of trying to render video and then trying to sync everything and just trying to work it out, let me save you some time. Get PluralEyes. It's incredible. But again, if you're going for software, I would go for Audacity, I would go for Sony Vegas, and I would go for PluralEyes. Complete godsends. Make sure you download them all. How you get them is entirely up to you. I'm not going to be judge, jury, and executioner on that, but I would get them nonetheless. So the laptop and the pieces of software, they tie in terrifically. We've been over what else you need here. What I will suggest is, again, if you're looking for something where you can, maybe save your rendered videos and your work, is this here. An external hard drive is very important. If you're creating big videos where you do a lot of rendering, and our podcasts, when me and Becky do them, they're about an hour long, give or take, sometimes even longer. So I get to save the audio on there, I can save the video on there, I can save the final edit on there, and everything else in between. If I'm creating thumbnails on YouTube, I can save the thumbnails on there as well. So I would definitely get yourself one of them too. They vary in size and price. That just happens to be the one I've bought, again, as you can probably see beside me. The link is in the description. Feel free to search for other variations as well, but that is a very, very good one, the Seagate one. The camera we use is this. It's a bit of a mouthful, the actual description of it, but I'll break it down. It's the Panasonic HC-V1 B180. There we go. Right, so yeah, the camera itself is an okay camera. It's not an expensive camera by any shape of the imagination. We looked at multiple cameras when we were setting it up. This is the one that I decided to take a punt on because price-wise it was really cost-effective, and we've filmed, I think we probably filmed around 25 to 30 podcasts on it, and it's still going strong. It's still really, really good. I would recommend probably if you are going to be doing serious media work. Right now, we don't get paid for anything we do, but if you're doing serious media work, maybe to get a better camera in the long run, that's what I'll probably look to do. But as it stands, it's not a bad camera to start with. I would highly recommend it. So yeah, the Panasonic HC-V180. The camera itself, as you can see, is stood on a tripod. just a cheap tripod that we got from Amazon. The tripod itself is stylish, it's lightweight, it's very effective, it does its job. It comes with a carry case as well, so you can carry it around, and on the whole, very cost effective and good. Amazon have been very good to me, I can't lie. Everything you need is on Amazon. I can see why they put other people out of business, because they literally have everything. So in terms of the podcast itself, that's sort of the main gear we use. The mic stands as well, I'll put up again, some screenshots relating to them. These, I believe it's pronounced, I'm not sure if it's Tigre or Tigre mic stands. They're not actually available on Amazon anymore. So if anybody knows where I can actually get some, do let me know, because they really are terrific mic stands. When I bought them again, I bought them because they were relatively cheap. I thought, you know what, I'll take a gamble on them, and they're great, and I can't now find them anywhere. So if anybody does happen to know where they are, please let me know. I would be absolutely delighted to buy another couple so I could have some guests on, because multiple people keep asking me to come on. But as it stands, I think that's pretty much everything from me, guys. If you have any questions, again, hit me up in the comments. Let me know your opinion on the video and the channel itself. Subscribe to the channel, add me on Twitter, IG, and add up the podcast as well. I've been Rory Spooner. This has been How to Start a Podcast. This is the Victory and Vices podcast. I'll be dropping new content shortly. Till next time, people, take care. Ciao.